So this question is linear programming. How are we able to solve questions under linear programming? So the question reads, answer this part of the question on a sheet of graph paper. So we read the question. A healthy lobby group produced a guide to encourage healthy living among the local community. The group produced the guide in two formats, a short video and a printed book. So there are two things here, a short video and a printed book, right? So the group needed to decide the number of each format to produce for sale to maximize profit. Let X represent the number of videos produced and Y the number of printed books produced. So we take note, X, they are saying it must represent, X must represent the number of videos. So X is videos, and Y should be the number of printed books. Printed books. So question 1 says, write the inequalities which represent each of the following conditions. You see, so there are conditions here, there are about 3. The first one says the total number of copies produced should do not be more than 800. So not more than, so they are saying the total number, meaning the X videos, the X meaning the videos and the printed books. Now videos is for X, so total it means we add, and the printed books is Y. They must not be more than 800, meaning don't go beyond 800, so it means less or equal to 800. When we say don't bring more than 10 mangoes, it means you can bring 10 or less. So this is why we use this symbol, less or equal to. This is our first inequality. The second one says the number of video copies to be at least 100. To be at least 100. So now video copies are being represented by X, right? So X to be at least means greater or equal to. So when we say bring at least 10 mangoes, it means bring 10 or more, so it means greater or equal to. C, the number of printed books to be at least 200. Printed books is Y, so it will be Y at least means greater or equal to 200, right? This is what you're supposed to do. So next step, so you get your marks 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, these are your marks. So next step, so let us read the other part. So question 2 says, using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 100 copies on both axes, draw the X and Y axes for 0 is less or equal to X less or equal to 100 and 0 less or equal to Y less or equal to 100 respectively, and shade the unwanted region to indicate clearly the region where the solution of the inequalities lie, right? So how are we able to do it? How are we able to do this? So this is, you see, we need to draw a straight line like an L shape containing the X and Y axis. So now 2 centimeters, it means this bigger box is your 2 centimeters. You see it has 10 boxes this way, 10 boxes up, right? This one is your 2 centimeters. 1 centimeter, it means to be halfway. For example, here 1 is up to here, 2 centimeters is the whole lot of this. So we mean this whole lot of the box as your as our 2 centimeters, right? So now for now let us draw. Under linear programming, this is linear programming. Always you will be drawing an L-like shape to represent your x-axis and your y-axis. To draw your x-axis and your y-axis, you can use a 30 centimeter rule. Make sure you use a well sharpened pencil. So this is our y, this is our 0, this is our x-axis, right? So now 2 centimeters to represent 100 copies on both axes, but here I've been given the limit. They are saying it must be 0 to 800 on x-axis. So it means every after 2 centimeters to be 100. So it will be 100, 200 on the x-axis. So our 2 centimeters here, this is a 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So you see this one, we need to prolong it. You can erase, so that you prolong it. So you need to use an HB pencil so that it can be visible. So 800 will be here, right? And this is our x-axis. Remember, x represents videos, so you can write here where there's space, videos. Our y-axis, we read further, they are saying 0 to y, 0 less or equal to y less or equal to 100. This one means 0 to 800, and remember, so it will be the same scale, right? 0 to 800, 0 to 800, and also 100 copies on both axes. So even here, every after a 2 centimeter, it will be 100. So this is your 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and these are printed books. You write here printed books, right? So now remember that we need to now to draw the inequalities. So whenever you have this or maybe that, it will be a continuous line, and whenever you have less than or just greater than, this is less or equal to, greater or equal to is a continuous line. Less than or just a greater than, this is a dotted line, right? So let's do it. X plus y is less or equal to 100, so it means it will pass, the line will pass on x and y axis on both 800, right? So You see, this is why you're supposed to use a longer rule. So as you can see, to pass here, so it is easy to take note. So you're supposed to use a longer one, a 30 centimeter one. You see, so why have we drawn a continuous line? Why not a dotted? Because this is less or equal to, so we need to use a thick line, a continuous one. So here you indicate x plus y is equal to, here you write equal sign, don't write the symbol here, right? So now we need to shade. The question is saying we should shade the unwanted region. We should do what? We should shade the unwanted region. So let us shade. Unwanted, it means where they say greater, you shade less. So here, this is less or equal to. Less or equal to, it means under, below the line is less. So as we should shade greater, the opposite of less, right? We shade greater. When you shade like this, it means you have shaded everything this side, right? Then another one, x greater or equal to 100. So we're going to shade, sorry, to draw the line where x is 100. So your x-axis, this is your x-axis, they go like this. You see 10, 100, your x line will draw it like that. The line for 200 will be like that. The line for 300 will be like that. So here is 100, so it will also be a continuous, right? It will also be a continuous line. It will also be a continuous line. So where should we shade? This is greater. So here this is clear. Look at this. From this line, this is 100, 200, 300, meaning greater is this side. So as should shade where it is less, it is going 0, whatever. The numbers are reducing this side. So let us shade where it is less. The opposite of greater, this is what it means by unwanted region. So we can also indicate this line is for x is equal to 100. We should indicate. You see that? Now we move on to this one. Y is greater or equal to 200. So we go where there's 200 on y. We know y-axis is this one, so the line will be drawn like this. Even this one is a continuous one because it's greater or equal to. Remember these rules: greater or equal to, less or equal to, or greater or equal to is continuous. If it's there like this, it's dotted. So this one still will be a continuous line. So this is our x, sorry, this is our y. This is our y. Y is equal to 200, right? This line is y is equal to 200. You need to indicate. So now, where should we shade? We know on y, going upward is greater, as you can see the numbers, and coming down is less. So this is greater. So greater, it means here, as you should shade the less part, the opposite of greater, which is less. So this part, it is the one we're supposed to shade. Now, have you seen that there are boundaries that have remained on this unshaded part, region R, right? There's this part which has remained. The corners, the vertices, you mark the vertices, we'll use them. Mark the vertices, we are going to use them. You see that? So by doing this, you get yourself how many marks? You get yourself how many marks? 4 marks. Now, question 3, the profit on the sale of each video copy is 15. So I'll write here, question 3. You see that? The profit on the sale of each video is x. So I'll write 15x. You are aware 0.00, since there's nothing, same as if I don't show them to say 0.00. You see, while profit on each printed books is 8 kwacha. So I'll say plus, that is 8y, because y represents printed books, right? So now, they are saying Right. Okay, we read this one. How many of each type were produced to make maximum profit? So what you have to do, remember the boundaries, you need to get the coordinates here. So here we have, this is what's this? This is 100 comma 200. So we have 100 comma 200. This is our x value, our y value, as you can see. Another coordinate on the corner, on the vertex, the vertex is here, 100 comma what? 700. You also write it 100 comma 700. Another one is here, which is 600 comma 200, right? So 600 comma 200. So now you replace one by one. So where there's x, you put this, y, you put this throughout, even these ones. So we do it, 15, x is 100 here, plus 8, y is what? 200. You see that? Let's solve that one. So this is 1500, and this is 1600. You add. So you can use your calculator. This is paper 2. 1500 times 1600, you get 3100. Okay, 3100. Now use this one to replace in the same. So it will be 15 times 100. This is your x, this is your y, and plus what? 8 times 700, like this. So this will be 15 plus, you see that, plus 5600 if you multiply 8 times 700. So if you add with 1500, you get 7100. We have remained with one part. We also replace where there's, this is x, this is y value. We replace here where there's x, we put 600. Where there's y, we put 200, right? So that is 15 times 600. It gives us 9000 plus, sorry, we didn't put this properly. It's supposed to be 8 times 200. Supposed to be 8 times 200 here. You need to use a nice eraser, So plus 8 times 200, which is 1000. This is 8 times 2, 16. So 1600. If you add 9000 plus 1600, this one you get 10,600, right? Now we go back to the question. They are saying how many of each type were produced to make maximum profit. So amongst these that you have found, which one is the highest? Because here they are talking about maximum profit. Which number is the highest here? These. Which one is the highest? So 10,600 is the highest, right? So what did we use to find this 10,600? We used 600 comma 200. We used this. So, and what are these 600? These are the x, these are the videos. This is x. X means videos. So it means, and y will mean printed books. So it means for this person to make this profit, is supposed to sell 600 videos and 200 what? And 200 printed books. You see that? This person is supposed to use to sell this to make maximum profit. So next time they might ask, what was the maximum profit? Maximum profit is 10,600 kwacha, right? So this is question 3. If they ask to say, they like asking what was the maximum profit, get this figure down here, 10,600 kwacha. So you can just write it as 10,600.00, because you have to resemble, your answer must resemble what we are given here with 0.00, right? So you're supposed to do this. Printed books, you get the coordinates that you used, right? How many of each type. So this person must sell 600 videos and 200 printed books. So this is what you are supposed to do under under linear programming. Very simple to identify. Remember that less or equal to, greater or equal to, you write a continuous line. Less than or just greater than, you should write a dotted line.